Hi, I'm Dr. MaryAnn, also known as Dr. Hormone Hacker. My mission is that now that I know better, I do better. And I want to empower you to do better too. One of the things as Dr. Hormone Hacker that I love to do is to really take a deep dive into a comprehensive panel. The number one thing that I hear people tell me all the time is, I have gone from doctor to doctor and everybody keeps telling me my labs are normal. I don't feel good. There's got to be something wrong. And you know what? By the time they see me and I look at what's been done in the past, I'm not surprised that no one has really been able to diagnose them with what is making them feel bad, because not all the labs have been ordered. So let's just take thyroid for an example. The main thyroid hormone that everybody usually gets when they see their primary care is a TSH. That is only one out of the 4 thyroid hormone levels that I would draw as Dr. Hormone Hacker. You want to know also the free T4 and the free T3 and your TPO antibodies to have a complete picture. And in fact, I just talked to a client the other day, and she went through exactly that situation. She had gone for 2 years to all these different doctors, had so many blood tests done, and only the TSH was checked. And she was told it was normal, or at least borderline normal. Well, when I finally checked a complete panel, she actually has Hashimoto's disease. And we could have saved her 2 years of feeling tired and having hair loss and dry skin and gaining weight. I mean, her quality of life was really affected by her thyroid disease. So that's one important factor, is just because you've had lab work done, you have to make sure it's a comprehensive panel if you're not feeling your best. The other thing is prediabetes. I truly feel that so many providers are not being proactive enough. We know that to have prediabetes, the fasting glucose needs to be 100 or above, or the A1C is at 5.7 to 6.4. If I look at blood work and your glucose is 98, I am not going to give you a pat on the back and say that it's normal, because this is our golden opportunity to really make sure that you don't go from that teetering point of 98 over to 100. It's so easy to do that. It could literally be one meal at BJ's where you have pizza and a bazooki, and that would actually take you over the mark. So I do love to be very proactive and let people know that if their sugars are even close to prediabetes, I am all over it, and they should be too. The last thing is the cholesterol. And this is where there are a lot of people who are absolutely fine just having a standard lipid panel. Total cholesterol, triglyceride, LDL, HDL, that's in your standard panel. And for most people, that's enough. But if you have a family history, you've got heart disease in the family, strokes, people have had heart attacks at an early age, like in the 40s for men, in the 50s for women, that's a risk factor. You really need a more comprehensive panel for your cholesterol numbers, because the other common question that I get is, do I really have to be on a statin like Lipitor or Crestor? And the first thing I'm going to do is, well, first we need to take into account your family history, and then we need a deep dive into your cholesterol. So I just discussed this blood work with a client this morning, and he does have a family history of high cholesterol. He can't remember the last time he had his cholesterol drawn. So yeah, these numbers are really high and really scary. So the next step is going to be to take a deeper dive into things like ApoB100, Lp(a), what type of pattern of LDL does he have? Because just this, superficially, any provider that he would go to would immediately put him on a statin drug, and a pretty high dose of a statin drug. But before we consider doing that, we need to take a deeper dive into what's truly going on. Now, he was told several years ago that he had pre-diabetes. And when I asked him what his A1C was the last time, he shared with me that it was 6.5. That's not pre-diabetes. That is definitely type 2 diabetes. And whoever told him 5 years ago that he only had pre-diabetes, again, has robbed him of 5 years of being able to prevent this from happening. Because now he actually has type 2 diabetes. His A1C is now 7.1. And had I been able to see a 6.5 5 years ago, this would never have happened. I do also want to point out something about vitamin D. First of all, you want to make sure that they're drawing the 25 vitamin D. Many times the provider will order the 1,25 vitamin D, and that is not the correct one. This one, the 25 vitamin D, tells you about your vitamin D storage. That is the most important number to know. And then when you go to the reference range, look at how ridiculous this is. It says you're supposed to be somewhere between 30 to 100. How do you know where you're supposed to be in there? Clearly 21 is low, and your goal is 50 to 70. That's what you're shooting for. Please make sure that you subscribe to the channel. I'm going to be dropping a lot of information because now that I know better, I do better, and I want to empower you to do better. And if there's any questions that you have, drop that in the comments because I want to support your health journey.